Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. I'm going to do like a process or progress video for my next journal, which is going to be the Fairy Foals. And you would have seen a little bit of it in my last video. So I'm just going to demonstrate, and I'm just going to share with you actually how I've made my background on my coffee dyed pages, because I couldn't find a digital that I really liked. I really don't want to go into like fairy because this is going to be like a little horse journal, but it's all about fairy fowl. So I decided to make my own, and I used fabrics with coffee dyed paper. I coffee dyed some paper quite a while ago, and I sorted out my bags that had various laces and trims and you know what we all collect, and I chose some that would make really cool backgrounds to be able to apply the pictures and photos and you know, little snippets of sayings in this journal. So this is a page out of a book that you're seeing here now, and which will go in a book, but I thought I'd share with you, you know, one snippet of what's going in the journal, because I'm not going to share too much. So what I've done is I've just given you, I'm just going to get rid of this pile because otherwise you won't be able to see it too good, and I'm just going to zoom back out again like so. Okay, just so you can see what sort of effects I got. So I used this fabric, and it had little pretty colors, and this is actually coffee stained, and I printed on paper one way, this way, there it is there, because when it's in fold in half, I've just got one side that's like this, and then I went it the other way so that I have, I'll just see if I can go back out again a little bit so you see. And when you fold in half, I have a snippet here and a piece here, you know, so I can use some of the photos that I have got that I printed out to put on here as well, and that'll be like a background, and you can still journal on that. And then I have this one. Doesn't that look cool? Now this is was a scarf, and this is I'll just show you a little bit what I've got left. This fabric here, it's got little sparkles in it. It's like a stretchy meshy thing, and I had a bigger piece, and I don't know where I've got it now, that I laid across on the bottom, and then I used the scarf, which was like a lacy scarf that I coloured with fabric dye. So I can either use it that way or I can use it that way, depends on what sort of picture I'm going to be putting on there. And then I had this really cool top long time ago, and yeah, and I wanted this brown effect, make it look like bark, and I got this one. Okay, you'd think this was painted, wouldn't you? I'm not a painter. So I use my fabrics now. Okay, so that's one of them, and they're all on coffee dyed papers. And here I've used a I think it was like a, not tissue paper, it was something else, really sheer paper, and a napkin I should say. What do they call it? Wasn't it napkin? Was something else. Anyway, I used half of it and then put the mesh on the other half, because by the time it gets folded, okay, and this bird represents, it's going to be looking at a little fairy fowl, so that's why I've popped that on there. Then I've used this fabric. I haven't got much left of it. I've had this for about 5 years, so I'm finally getting to the end of it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I've used this just to make that. Okay, so I can, depending on how I'm going to do it through as I'm going page by page, I'll do it like this, you know, or use it like this. I'm not sure, but it's all there in the ready. And then I've widened it and did it the other way so that I've have something here, use it as a background, and then you can journal on here, use that as a background, maybe put a pocket in, you can still see this here. And then I still have some of this really pretty fabric. I do believe this came from Spotlight quite a few years ago. It's got like little rainbow coloured flecks in it, but it made a really cool background. Check it out. I love it. So yes, and that's just on coffee dyed paper. Oh, here is the mesh. My apologies. Here is the mesh. Okay. And of course, then I've had a piece of this fabric left. Just all leaves. And I wanted that leaf effect, and I used that mesh on the other side. Because of course, once it's turned over like this, you know, you've got sort of like the leaves, and then you've got a different effect here as well. So yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you. Just a quick share. So that's what I was been doing this morning. And now where's the other one that I had? Oh, here we go. Let me have a look here. I did do another one. Here is another one. There's this one. Okay. And that was from a fabric of this sort, which I don't have much. This was actually, believe it or not, was a miller's top many years ago. My sister-in-law wore it and she didn't want it anymore. I said, I'll have that. And then I did this one. Now this one I really like. I used this glitter fabric, and then I used my favourite eyelash trim. Okay, and look how it came out. I mean, do I really need to learn how to paint? I don't think so. I'll leave that all to the ridgy-diggy artists. So yes, so there you go. Just a quick share, and this will be my last video for the day. I'm going in the garden now, and of course I've sort of inked it, the greeny colour around here, and I'm leaving, this was the inside cover, and I'm going to leave that. I've got the other side for here, and I'm just going to, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a hidden spine or not, but we wait and see what happens. So yes, so anyway, that's it. There it is, little fairy foal. So part 1, and watch out for part 2. Bye for now.